From a man who goes to fancy French restaurants, studies the menu contemplatively, and then tries to order a number 3 meal. This is the Daniel Natal Show. There is a great quote whose author I now forget, but it was to the effect that in a free society, the people have a right to privacy and the government is transparent, whereas in a police state, the government claims it has a right to privacy and the people are supposed to be transparent. I was thinking about this lately insofar as how we as a society have slipped into opposite day. An inversion happened. For instance, when America started, the government was extremely constrained in what it could do, and its powers were ruthlessly limited. The people, by contrast, had rights that were derived from their creator and superseded the government. Our Bill of Rights is very clear. It says that the people have so many rights that they can't be enumerated in that document. It says, "The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people." So we have tons of God-given rights that aren't even named in the Constitution. The Bill of Rights was not there to list the things you could do. It was there to list the things the government could not. In other words, while your rights were too numerous to list, the government's were not. Their powers were explicitly laid out, and those not explicitly given to them do not exist. That's not true of your rights and powers. You're more powerful than the government. You have more rights than the government. The people are sovereign. Bureaucrats are not. Today it's inverted, and we're led to believe that you don't have a right unless the government tells you that you do. No, the government doesn't have rights unless we authorize them. But we still proceed as if it's the opposite. Consider, for example, the right to bear arms. Local municipalities insist that you require a permit to have a firearm. But why would you require a permit for a right that the Constitution says you already have? It's like being born with 2 ears and some bureaucrat telling you that you need to fill out paperwork in triplicate so that others know that you have 2 ears. That you have 2 ears is self-evident. Likewise, the Founding Fathers said that your right to bear arms is self-evident, and it comes from God, not the government. In fact, they lay the injunction down that the government shall not infringe on the people's right to bear arms. Modern politicians selling you your own rights through licenses and permits, rights that you already have, is like a con artist trying to sell you the Golden Gate Bridge, something that he doesn't own. A legitimate government's sole job is to protect the rights of the people. It is constituted for no other reason. But somehow, we've slid into a permanent opposite day. The media praises opposite day under the pretense of destroying stereotypes. So if the statistical reality is that most scientists are men, they're sure to cast a woman in the role. If the statistical reality is that most lumberjacks are white, they're sure to cast an African in the part. Every day on TV is permanent opposite day, and that's fine, until unreality spills out into real life, and we're told that wholesomeness is degeneracy, and degeneracy is wholesome. We're not judging people by the color of their skin as white supremacy, and we're judging people by the color of their skin as social justice. Where the government is constrained and where you have innumerable rights, to where the government claims that you have no rights unless it issues you a permit, and it has innumerable unnamed rights. Our founders understood that your right to breathe was not contingent on the government, nor your right to defend yourself, nor your right to free movement, nor your right to free worship, nor your right to free assembly, nor your right to free speech. These were yours before government existed, and they're yours right now, as granted by your creator, and no man or institution has a right to take them away. If they try, this is an act of hubris. According to Melissa Lane in The Birth of Politics, she says, we can think of justice as opposed to the idea of hubris, which in Greek signified a form of status violation, a disrespecting of what is owed to someone. Justice is giving people what they're owed. The disrespect involved in hubris, by contrast, upsets the natural order and threatens to bring down divine retribution. Your rights are your due. Those who do not give you your due are literally engaged in an act of hubris, and as Melissa Lane wisely points out, the disrespect involved in hubris upsets the natural order and threatens to bring down divine retribution. Could reading the New American Magazine boost your heart health, support your immune system, and help you lose 20 pounds of unsightly fat? The answer is no, but you should read it anyway. It'll keep you informed and provide information that cuts through the noise of lesser news outlets. thenewamerican.com. And don't forget to subscribe to us on social media and hit that like button.